What is going on, guys, and welcome your face back to another video. As always, grab the popcorn because whatever Insomniac Games is up to right now is definitely big. Now, today we have some really interesting news. Of course, definitely teasing stuff that Insomniac Games are up to with the sequel for SpiderMan PS4. We still don't know whether that would literally just be called SpiderMan 2 PS5 or whatever it's gonna be, but we know for sure something it will be is absolutely insane. Now, this interview does come from a website called GameDaily.biz, and it comes from a woman who goes by the name Amanda. And in a nutshell, at the DICE Summit, which took place in Las Vegas, they managed to interview Ted Price, who of course is the CEO of Insomniac Games, and in a nutshell discuss 25 years and how it is possible for Insomniac Games to of course stay that long in the industry, considering how much competition there is, and just essentially making a bigger and better games. So first and foremost, Ted Price did point out some really interesting things. So I want to start off with something that I feel is the most important to me when talking about Spider-Man PS4 and how essentially it could have been better. And also, we don't know that if this sequel is going to be a next-gen exclusive, so a PlayStation 5 exclusive, or whether or not they are currently essentially developing it for current-gen consoles. So we really don't have any news on that. However, just to kind of give you guys a recap on what happened a while back, a guy from Sony basically said how moving forward with exclusives, what they want to focus on with PS5 is more bigger and diverse games, because they see how games now with multiplayer essentially perform a whole lot more better and sell and play a whole lot better compared to single player games. But when we had games like of course Spider-Man PS4 and God of War last year, it definitely did go ahead and make a big stamp in the ground saying that hey, single player games can still just be as much fun as compared to like a multiplayer game. So Ted Price actually said, when we can specialize in a particular area and deliver something that's super high quality in a said area, we know that there is a sizable audience of players who want to experience what we've created. It doesn't have to be multiplayer, nor does it have to be single player. It doesn't even have to be story driven. But once we make a decision to deliver something, as long as it's high quality and as long as we know there are players who in general like this type of game, there's a good chance for success. So like I said a couple of seconds ago, I feel this is a very important topic. In terms of like the game being story driven, that of course was a major factor with Spider-Man PS4. It instantly made us feel as a player a whole lot more closer to Peter Parker, essentially with his life decisions and just life experiences as we progressed in the game. Now, what's interesting, like I said, about the guy in Sony essentially pushing for more multiplayer exclusive games for PlayStation 5, I said back then, is that naturally going to urge more games that are already PlayStation exclusives to go ahead and have a multiplayer in their games? And it could be on loads and loads of different factors. Now, throughout this interview, Ted Price was just saying, of course, how they look at things that could have done better in a last game. It doesn't necessarily have to be Spider-Man, and then see what went wrong or what they can do to make players have more fun. And they essentially don't want to make an obstacle lie between the player and creativity. So here's the thing, right? Going off these teasers and everything that's going on, and let's just say for example it's going to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Again, we don't know anything about that, but let's just say for argument's sake that is the case. We know that even though Spider-Man was a great game, there was definitely something, well, a lot of things lacking. I mean, there is so much more room for improvement. Now, I'm not a game developer, but some things that I would say in terms of looking for a multiplayer aspect where there is a good chance for success, and knowing that of course it can also be high quality and that there are players who in general like that type of game, I would say having a community feature where, let's say, you don't have to go straight up into multiplayer where everyone is a villain in Spider-Man or there's loads of Spider-Man web swinging through Manhattan. That doesn't need to be the case, right? But taking a look at things like custom races that are, I guess then designed by a random person in the world, right? custom races for you to go ahead and create, and then loads of people can download that race and whatever, and then try it. Of course, you're Spider-Man, right? So essentially, your ability to do these acrobatic things are like just limitless, right? There is literally no limit between this. So in terms of like creativity and a player, making, you know, creative custom races by random people that you can then download, like I've said, similar to custom suits, etc, etc, would definitely make one hell of an experience. Now, that is just a small thing that is saying, hey, we still have a single player game, right? If there might not be wide multiplayer, because not everyone wants to be freaking Spider-Man, but at the same time, hey, we do have the community and essentially that multiplayer aspect where loads of people are tuning in their creative ideas to make something that we have in the game implemented already more unique, and that I personally feel would be very, very interesting. And it doesn't just have to be races, there could be a whole load of things, because they did say, well, Ted Price to be specific, and in the interview Ted Price did also say, we don't want to unveil everything about a game, we hold a lot back so that players really feel like there's a surprise around every corner. Now, again, we had this with SpiderMan PS4, that's just another teaser for what essentially Insomniac games do have for us right around the corner. But I want you guys to get in the comment section below and let me know what you think on that. In terms of challenges, he did comment that what he thinks great about the industry is that they don't shy away from difficult topics, and within development teams and between development teams, we are so much more interested and ready to discuss what leads to poor production practices, because the last thing you want to do is have a game in development and then halfway through essentially say you want to throw one more thing into the game, or you just ship the game essentially unfinished, which then naturally leads to negative reviews. So I want you guys to get in the comment section below and let me know what you think about that stuff. If you want to check out the full interview as well, the link is down in the description below. I would definitely recommend going ahead and checking it out. Now, last thing I felt like I wanted to share in this video is a dude that goes by the name AtwerkingYoshi, because he went ahead and done something really, really interesting with the whole Spider-Man control theme, I guess you could say. So he mixed it in with Apex, he makes custom, well, his own design, mods his own controls, right, into the game with however he wants, right? There's loads of different ways he does this, and in this case, he of course is Spider-Man playing through Apex. He's got the full Spider-Man equipment, and as you guys can see in the background, it just looks really, really cool. So, and definitely unique as well. So, I wanted to definitely give credit to AtwerkingYoshi here, and thank you very much for allowing me to share this stuff, of course. Go ahead and check out his YouTube and his Twitter. The link for that stuff is in the description below. But when I see things like this that have been inspired by, of course, a Spider-Man game or something just in general, like a character, it really does make you smile. I mean, this is like just incredibly unique and different. You just don't see this stuff every single day, and I mean, to even begin modding something like this, I don't know how you would do it. But of course, the aspect that he does have here in this case is the guy in Apex Legends, where you can grapple, makes him feel more like Spider-Man in the sense of web swinging. So hey, well done AtwerkingYoshi, go ahead and check him out. The link is in the description below. But that is going to wrap up this video here. So if you missed the previous ones, the links are in the description below or on screen. Go ahead and check it out. As always, go ahead and subscribe for more awesome content if you haven't already. But I hope you guys have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and I want to end the question on: do you think multiplayer can really determine a game's success in this day and age, considering how widespread it is? Please do let me know in the comment section below. Have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and until the next one, adios amigos.